It's not going to be an easy game. New manager bounce as well. But we need this so badly, and this is not an easy place to come to.
I don't know, I want to see a dominant performance from Arsenal. I want to really, I keep saying it every week now, I want to see him put him to the sword.
There's Nuno Espirito Santo pulling in there.
Very humble.
In a mini, I thought he'd be pulling up in like a...
In your car?
No, not my car. Hi and welcome along to AFTV. We are here at the City Ground in Nottingham ahead of the big game. It is Nottingham Forest versus the Arsenal here on Tuesday night, and I've got a fact for you, right? Did you know that Nottingham Forest have won the European Cup, now called the Champions League, twice? Did you know that?
Yeah. It says it on the stage.
Because if you didn't know that, I can tell you one thing. When you get down there, they sure will be reminding you of that, because they do that every time. But big up to them. This is one of those old school grounds that you come to where the atmosphere is incredible, and it's always a very, very good game. And we ain't had a good record here, guys. And this game is absolutely massive for Arsenal, as is almost every game from now till the end of the season. Those games that we messed up on over Christmas has given us no sort of wriggle room now. We have to win games. And yeah, great win, 5-0 at home. That was an incredible win, you know, coming back after the winter break. But we've got to follow it through now when we come in. And it's going to be tough.
It is, because since I've been at AFTV, we've played Forest twice. I came to one of these games, we lost both 1-0. So I haven't enjoyed any of my trips here.
Yeah, you're not coming on Tuesday.
No. Well, I thought avoiding the last one would do us favours, but we lost that one as well. They seem to always be up for it when we come here. The one thing about Forest is that we, face them in the cup. They had Steve Cooper. They're on the up. They end up, obviously coming back into the Premier League, and then a trip here. We lost in the thick of a title race, and it felt like we needed a win just to at least make City earn it. We couldn't do that, and now we turn up at a sort of a different stage where we're kind of right in the middle of a season. Well, there was January we came in the cup, but it's not like last year we had that pressure. We do have pressure, but what I'm saying is there's that kind of like feeling of we need to start building momentum right now, and we need to come and right the wrongs of the last few defeats here, and it's pressure but in a different way, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's not going to be easy. You was there last year as well, and we were both in there, and it was all right. I think it was a different type of game because we were kind of resigned at that time that the title was over. They had a lot to play for, of course, because they were trying to stay up. They're still a bit in that predicament at the moment. They got this big points deduction thing hanging over them as well. It's not going to be an easy game. New manager bounce as well. But we need this so badly, and this is not an easy place to come to.
It's not an easy place to come, and Robbie, you said it, we was here last season. I remember their fans laughing at us, saying thank you for keeping us up and all that last season we was here. But like you said, it's different this time. I think, Forest are in the same sort of position that Palace are in as well. They're sitting 16th, Forest. So they're not having the greatest of seasons, and we need to capitalise. Like you said, the points are more important for us. I think they're going to be at home, so they might sit back, but I feel like if we get an early lead, they're going to have to open out. They have to open out and play against us, and that's where we can really exploit them. I want to see, not a big scoreline. We did a live, and it was like, don't expect another 5-0, Cecil. You don't be stupid, don't be silly. Football doesn't work like that. But I do want to see, I want to see a dominant performance from Arsenal. I want to really, I keep saying it every week now. I want to see him put him to the sword, but I do want to see that. I want to see a high-scoring side from Arsenal. I want to see maybe 2-2, maybe even 3-0. So yeah.
I just want to see 3 points. It's going to be a really, really tough place to come to. Why is it, James, that we played them at the Emirates 5-0? We put them to the sword the last couple of times we played at the Emirates. Yeah. But then when we come here, it's a completely different story. Is it to do with the ground? It's one of those old-fashioned, really tight-fitting grounds. Is it to do with their atmosphere here? What is it that's so different that when we... if we was playing this game at the Emirates, I think we'd all be expecting a nice evening, wouldn't we?
Well, maybe. I mean, first and foremost, I actually just quickly take back what I was saying about it being different pressure. Actually, the more I think about it, it's probably more pressure because
huge
the
pressure
season
for
was
Arsenal.
kind of, when we last came, it actually felt like it was done.
Yeah. It
so
was
I'm sort of
done.
forgetting kind of the situation, whereas this is, like you said, we must win to build momentum. Anyway, to answer your question, actually, which is, why is it? I honestly think you can almost bring it down to just, they're a good team, like Steve Cooper, when we travelled in the Cup, they were on the up and they showed us that they were a good side. I remember Jed Spence, that performance against Martinelli. And, you know, you watch them and you thought, okay, they do look a side that might well be ready for the Premier League. And then when we travelled last season, again, they signed good players. They signed a lot of players, but in there were some good players. Now, I was looking through their squad, and there's talent there. There is, you know, throughout. Whether it be Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, in midfield, Mangala, Sangare, who we've been linked with. Their defenders are good. Their fullback options are good. You know, like, Matt Turner's probably the only area where
which we can exploit. I think we'll exploit. We can on Tuesday
have lots of shots
on Tuesday night. Yeah, have lots of shots. Set traps when
although he'll put in the performance of his life because obviously it's Arsenal. But I think you can honestly narrow down. And now they've got Nuno in for Steve Cooper, and that is another manager that's very good at making you difficult to beat, but he offers something on the counter. He's got a squad kind of tailor-made to kind of, I don't know, respond to the way he wants to play for. They got a big result here recently. I know.
Well, listen. They beat Manchester United. They beat Manchester United there. They went away and beat Newcastle. Very, very impressive result. Chris Wood scoring a hat-trick in that game. Yeah. He's looked really good. He's looked rejuvenated since Nuno's come in. And Nuno, despite how bad he was when he was at Tottenham, I thought, I knew when he came here that this club suited him. Very similar size-wise, if not bigger than, you know, Wolves traditionally, a much bigger club than Wolves. And I thought this club is going to suit him. And so far, it looks like it is. And we know what Nuno Espirito Santo does. He's very well organised in his sides. He's going to try to frustrate. And those are the type of teams that have had a bit of joy against Arsenal recently. The teams that try to frustrate. Now, Palace tried to frustrate us. We broke them down. We scored. But we're going to have to do that here. When we came here, the last couple of times we've come here, they've done the same thing. Last year, literally put everybody behind the ball. We couldn't break them down. They caught us on the counter-attack and it was game over. We're going to see a lot of this from now till the end of the season. Are you confident that Arsenal, now that they've come back after this break, are rejuvenated enough and that we will be firing coming into these games and we'll be able to break them down?
Yeah, I do, Robbie. I'll be honest. Listen, it's one performance, but I am believing in this Arsenal side again. I feel like, you know, the set pieces, they went away and worked on it. I know this club, how they have the worst set piece record when it comes to defending them. They can see the most set pieces, so that bodes so well for us, considering we've scored the most set pieces as well currently in the league. So that is a way that we should look to exploit them come Tuesday night. And I think, like I said, if we get an early goal, they have to open up a little bit and we can just exploit that. I think I'm more confident. And when you asked James about what do you think is different between the last performances when we've come here, you said it in the start of the preview. Last year, simply, it was pretty much done. So they had,
I remember
a lot to play for.
I remember that game, you know what I mean? I think
we was very relaxed after.
No, City played before us, right? And they won their game and it was virtually over.
It was done, yeah.
Right? But still, you know what I mean? This, like you said, this is a lot different. And teams in and around us are going to be playing over, you know, those games. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think, City, they've got Burnley. Yeah. You'll expect them to beat that. Liverpool got Chelsea. All right, that's a tough game, but it's at home. You probably, even though they've had a lot of draws between them.
There's more on this game. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm just trying to explain that the teams in and around us. So Liverpool, tough game, but they're at home. You'd expect them to win. City,
Burnley,
you'd expect them to win. Villa, they've got Newcastle, tough game, but I'd still, with their home record, probably feel they'll get something out of it. There's no room for error.
Yeah.
No. City on the same amount of points as us, just with a game in hand. And that game in hand is against Burnley. They'll probably win that.
There's a manager.
You've got, there's Nuno Espirito Santo pulling in there.
Very humble as well.
In a mini, I thought he'd be pulling up in like a...
Your car?
No, not my car. but
yeah.
That's the new guy there. And listen, he's doing a great job. But the clubs in and around us, right? You know, let's be real about it. They've got games that they're probably going to win. We have to win this. We cannot afford... Even a draw is a bad result, James.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be, because see that Liverpool game the day after against Chelsea? That is one of those where it could be awkward. I've seen Chelsea in bad form play against Liverpool and they've always got something for them. Can we just at least ask the question? And if we do make them a little bit nervy, guess who come to town not long after? Like, that is the big thing. It's, can we just start to heap that pressure on Liverpool? Can we force them? We've won, we're 2 behind, can you win? And if they falter, well, you're coming to the Emirates, can we pounce on that? I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but Arsenal do need to start thinking of that sort of, can we start to build a little bit of momentum? Now, the 5-0 against Palace was the perfect result. I don't think it was the perfect performance. And in a lot of ways it was very, very good. But again, now is a different test. Now it's away from home. I thought against Fulham, we were very awkward. See the West Ham game and Liverpool games at home, which we lost. I thought you could actually point to a good performance. Away at Fulham, it just didn't look right at all. Fulham were very good. And I actually think Forest will throw a lot of the same problems.
Of course,
where you try attack, but then they'll counter-attack well. They'll have real presence up front. They'll be a bit of a nightmare on the break with their pace.
Did the Palace game show you that we can score goals in different ways, though? Does that add a little string to Arsenal?
Yes and yeah.
I know what you're saying.
I don't want to be negative about 5-0. Yes and no. If you're being really hypercritical, you're going 2 set pieces for the first 2.
Of course.
Really good counter, and then a 94th and 95th. Now, I'm not discrediting that. I've been crediting Arsenal for showing they can score goals in different ways. But there will be a different task. I think this will be, can you break them down? Can you find a way? Can you find that intricate pass? And there will be a Predict 11 show, and I'm going to have some surprise inclusions. But the reason is because I think we need to find a different way to beat this Forest team.
I just want this Arsenal side to relish in the pressure. I want them to. Listen, last season we went so long at the top and we missed out. This year, they've gone through. I want them to relish in these sort of games. They need to, get it done. Get it done. These guys have been us so many times here. Get here, come here on Tuesday.
It's going to be like this. It's going to be like this now from now till the end of the season. Every single game is going to be pressure. Every single game, you kind of need to try and get those 3 points. We put ourselves in this position with those games we lost over Christmas, and we have to win this game. Prediction.
Cool. 2-0 Arsenal. It's a safe one, but 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, James?
1-0 Arsenal.
1-0?
1-0?
Yeah.
It was 1-0 in the cup games, wasn't it? Yeah, the ones before.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal. I think it's going to be a really, really tough game. But listen, if we are to mount any sort of title challenge, we've got to come to places like this and get a result. There are good sides. The way they played against Manchester United, a very poor United on the day, I must say. But then sort of mirrored luck how we played against Fulham. If we repeat that, how we played against Fulham here, we'll get punished, we'll lose the game. But if we play to our ability here, we've got enough definitely to get the 3 points. So I'm going to go for Arsenal winning by 2-1. Thanks, guys. It's all going to be down to the game on Tuesday night. Can Arsenal handle it on a cold night, cold Tuesday night up north at Nottingham? We'll find out on Tuesday.